I ran away constantly. Not because I was such a rebel, but because it was always me who was punished when someone had to be punished to illustrate a point. I didn't have anyone on the outside to tell my troubles to, and I got very little mail. I was just there, and nobody gave a fuck. The fear of getting caught wasn't any worse than the fear of what the next breath might bring, so my head was looking toward the road every minute. One of my escapes was planned so skillfully that I was sure I'd make it. About 6 guys were on early wake-up crew, so they could go out in the pastures, round up the milk cows, put them in the barn, and feed them during milking time. Bed tags were used to identify them to the night attendant, who would wake them up around 4:30. These inmates were trusted to work without supervision until Field showed up at 6 o'clock. One night I stole a tag from a crew member's bed and put it on my own. The night man woke me up and out I went with the others. One of the fellows on the crew was a friend, and the 2 of us went to the far pasture to get the cows. I kept right on going, and my friend herded the cows by himself to cover for me. I wasn't missed until after Field showed up. I had gotten off the institution grounds fast enough, but I wasted a lot of time sneaking around town trying to find a car that I could steal. Not finding one, I decided to hoof it and stay off the roads until I made it to the next town. Plainfield is a small town bordered by a creek on one side. Thinking I might be seen if I used the bridge, I decided to swim the creek. When I was about halfway across, I could see people on the bank. I turned around and started swimming the other way, only to see more people on the other bank. There were guards and inmates from the school. Trusted inmates help catch other inmate runaways. My heart sunk. I didn't know what to do. It seemed senseless at that point, but I turned downstream and I tried to outswim all the people on the riverbank. Finally, a couple of them dove in the creek and dragged me ashore. Grinning with his tobacco-stained teeth, Mr. Fields was there to pull me up on the bank. Back at school, a guard gave me 30 lashes with the escape strap. The escape strap was longer and thinner than the strap used by Clark. It cut a lot more and brought blood instantly. That lashing put me in bed for several days. And it was a couple of weeks before I could walk without wanting to lie down and cry.
What's this all about, Doc? I told you it was an accident. The rope slipped.
A pretty serious accident, Dugan. If it hadn't been for Holiday, Mr. Walker might be dead right now.
So he'd be dead. Nobody lives forever. What are you trying to prove, Doc?
I'm not trying to prove anything, Eddie. I'm a doctor, a psychologist. I'm just trying to understand you. I'm trying to help you solve your problems.
Oh, I got a bad problem, Doc. How am I gonna get a cigarette? What's the angle? I thought smoking was against the rules.
It is. That doesn't spoil the taste, does it?
Oh, no, it tastes better. Much better.
Just because it's against the rules?
Yeah.
Why, Eddie?
I'll tell you why. Because all my life I've been running up against rules somebody else made. First, my old man. If I didn't do like he said, he'd knock my block off. And the school teachers. Honest, Doc, those rules those dames could dream up. And the cops. Only if you bust one of their rules, they say you're breaking a law.
But, Eddie, what about right and wrong?
What's right? What's wrong? What you can get away with.
Even if it means killing a man?
Oh, look, Doc, I told you it was an accident. The rope slipped.
All right, Dugan. That's all.
Thanks, Doc. For solving my problem.
Yes, Doctor?
Take a memorandum to Mr. Lang. Regarding Mr. Walker's request that Edward Dugan be transferred from the farm. Final examination completed. Conclusion. Edward Dugan is a constitutional psychopathic. with strong megalomanic tendencies. Exhaustive tests showed Dugan to be completely devoid of sympathetic emotions, yet has good comprehension of right and wrong. Hence, is legally sane and cannot be committed to a mental institution. Opinion. There can be little doubt that Dugan tried to kill Walker. His hatred for Walker is no more than an expression of his hatred for law and order. Rules, which Walker personifies, and which offend his ego, his big shot complex. Personal element entering the case is Walker's increasing influence over the boy John Holliday, who represents to Dugan the last vestige of his power as a gang leader. Recommendation? Immediate transfer from the farm. That's all.
He's really a bad boy.
You know better than that. He's a sick boy. A very sick boy.
Sorry, Doctor.